My name is Sherry, and this is Coping with Job Loss developed by Business Access, the first of 6 modules in the job search strategies, which examines the role of confidence in the job search process. From novice job seeker to mature laborer, each module presents an array of helpful tips and strategies, including understanding the emotions and actions after job loss, career assessments that lead to determining what direction you should take in your job search, how to do an effective online job search, a look at face-to-face and social networking tools, and lastly, the importance of persistence and how to maintain the job search. In this module, you will learn about the emotions behind a job loss. Regardless of the reason for your job loss, dealing with it can be very difficult. It is important to understand your emotions so you don't unintentionally sabotage your chances of getting a job. Just as you would deal with any loss, job loss has a consistent pattern of denial, anger, withdrawal, reflection, and finally, acceptance. It may be painful for you and your family to deal with, but understanding each stage will help you move past it. Let's briefly take a look at each stage. Denial is extremely common. Even with advance notice, many people are in denial that it will actually happen. You may have already started your job search, but that doesn't stop you from being in denial. The key to getting past denial is admitting that it has happened and accepting your own responsibility. It did happen, you are now unemployed, and it is important for you and your family that you begin the job search. With denial comes disbelief. When the day comes and you receive your discharge, the first reaction is to think, I can't believe it. They have made a mistake. They'll call me back. But in your heart, you really know that they won't call you back. It can be difficult to accept, but once you have, you can emotionally move on to the next stage. Anger is the most difficult stage. Anger may take many different forms. Outward anger may be directed towards your boss, to the company, to the economy, and many other outlets. Sometimes, unfortunately, it is directed towards family members and friends, resulting in high stress and tension for everyone. Seeking out support and surrounding yourself with family and friends can help you to overcome. It may be embarrassing, or you may think you're not ready to talk about it, but putting yourself out there and sharing with friends can really help you in the process of finding a new job. With anger comes criticism. You may begin to blame yourself for what happened, saying things like, what did I do wrong and why did I fail? But it is also an essential element of critical thought and could be regarded as a healthy and necessary stage for learning, as long as it is not excessive and constant. Typically, this is when your self-worth and confidence begin to wane, but you can also take this time to reevaluate your strengths and weaknesses. As your anger subsides, you can move on successfully to the next stage. The third stage is withdrawal. All of a sudden, you find yourself at home all day, and your life isn't as busy as it used to be. Adult conversation turns into something of the past, and you find yourself bored. Some people begin finding every excuse to avoid contact with the external world. You experience periods of depression, and you stop your usual social activities. It is at this point that your inner strength and support systems are most important. It is imperative that you move through this stage quickly. You have to get up, get out, and get moving. The more active you become, the more quickly you move through the stage of withdrawal. This is the time that you can start doing some of these activities that you didn't have time for before. Join the PTA or a book club, walk a mile every morning, or just spend some time with family and friends. Not only will you pull yourself out of this, but you will meet some new people and open up to your circle of friends. As you are doing this, stage 6 begins to unfold. Reflection. Being depressed is no fun, and even though you used to think wearing sweats all day was a good idea, you are over it. It is time to do something about it. You begin to take stock on your life and career, and you ask yourself, What should I do now? Where do my talents best fit? And how do I conduct my search? Now, instead of looking back, you start to look forward and you move into the final stage. There is a light at the end of a tunnel, and you begin to see it. Now you move on to acceptance. Now that you have blamed your company, your boss, your family, and your living environment, it is finally time to accept your situation and to move on. This is a great opportunity to discover new things. And with the experience you gained from your previous employer, you can say to yourself, when I land my new job, my employer is going to get one dynamic, motivated employee. Now that you understand the stages of job loss, you can determine where you are and what you can do to be a more effective job searcher. Regardless of where you land on the emotional spectrum, it's time to get back in and begin your job search. Next, we will discuss how to conduct an effective online job search.